Selling covered calls on SCHD sounds like free money at times. You own the shares, you sell a call above the current price, you collect premium. If the shares don't get called away, you collect again next month, right? You rinse and repeat on one of the most trusted dividend ETFs in the stock market, right? The trap is subtle though, and it hits specifically on SCHD and any other core dividend holding that you plan to keep for the long haul. Because the mistake isn't about the premium, it's about what you're risking losing. When you sell a call too close to the money on a position you intend to hold for 20 years, you're literally gambling with your long-term compounding engine against a $60 monthly premium. And SCHD has a very specific timing issue that makes it even more worse than it sounds. So here's the mechanics of what this problem is. SCHD pays quarterly dividends, right? The ex-dividend date falls roughly in March, June, and September and December. To receive the dividend, you have to own the shares before the ex-dividend date, obviously. If your shares get called away the week before that date, you miss the distribution entirely. So here's a scenario that really catches people. SCHD has a decent run leading into its ex-dividend date. This happens all the time as investors buy in anticipation of receiving the upcoming payment. The share price moves up. Your covered call at a strike that felt comfortable out of the money 2 weeks ago is now at or in the money. Expiration arrives, the call buyer exercises, your shares are gone, you missed the dividend, you also gave up any future compounding on those shares. The short term, right, premium that you collected is now the full compensation for losing a long-term compounding position. And that's the big trap. The premium looked like a supplemental income. It was actually the price you accepted for exiting a core holding at an inopportune time, in my opinion. But here's the framework that separates how to think about covered calls on a core holding versus a pure options position, okay? There are two kinds of covered call candidates. The first one is a stock or ETF you own specifically to run the wheel on, assigned through a put, managed through covered calls, expected to eventually exit. You're emotionally and strategically indifferent to whether the shares get called away or not. The exit is part of the actual design. The second is a core holding you own for the long-term income architecture, SHD, JEPI, JEPQ, the positions that form the foundation of our income floors, right? These are not necessarily always wheel candidates. You don't want them to get called away. The dividend growth that makes SHD worth owning in the first place depends on literally continuing to hold the shares through multiple dividend cycles over years and reinvesting. Running covered calls on core holdings is not necessarily wrong, but it does require a completely different strike and timing discipline than running calls on a normal wheel position. The primary goal shifts from generating maximum premium to protecting the position from assignment. Those two goals point to different strike selections, and the most common mistake is applying wheel logic to a core holding that deserves completely different treatment, okay? So here's why you never really should sell calls near the money on SCHD. The premium on SCHD covered calls is already pretty modest, as you probably know. SCHD is low volatility fund by design. IV is typically 15 to 20%, which means the options really don't pay much to begin with, okay? At a strike, let's say at a strike 2 or 3% above the current price, you might collect, if you're lucky, $40 a share for a 30-day call. That's only $40 a contract. The risk is your entire position in a fund you intended to hold for 2 decades of compounding. That trade-off is wrong for a core holding in almost literally every market environment, okay? The premium doesn't compensate for the compounding you surrender if the shares get called away, especially if assignment happens just before an ex-dividend date and you're also forfeiting that upcoming quarterly dividend payment. If you're gonna sell covered calls on SCHD at all, you need to strike far enough out of the money that assignment would require a move the fund almost never makes in a 30-day period. More on that in just a moment. Let's talk about the Bollinger Band framework for when to sell, okay? Bollinger Bands are a very simple technical tool that shows where the price is relative to its recent trading range. The upper band represents statistically extended price. The fund is trading above its normal range, right? Typically after a run up. The lower band represents the opposite. The fund has pulled back below its normal range. For SCHD covered calls, The upper Bollinger Band is the only time the setup really starts to make sense. Here's why. When SHD is trading at the upper band, it's extended. The probability of a near-term pullback is higher than usual. Selling a call at or above the upper band places your strike at a level the fund has already stretched to stretch its reach, a level it tends to fall back from rather than continue through. That's the call selling sweet spot on a lower volatility dividend ETF. You're not capping your appreciation that's likely to continue. You're collecting premium at a level where the stock tends to naturally retreat. Okay, if the fund pulls back as expected, the call expires worthless. You keep the premium. You still own your full SHD position with its full dividend intact. Now let's talk about the lower Bollinger Band level, when to sell puts. Okay, when SHD is trading at or near its lower Bollinger Band, the call setup disappears, but a different opportunity opens up at this point. The lower band, SHD, has pulled back below its normal range. This is historically where value buyers appear, right? The yield is higher than average on a cost basis because the price has fallen. The fund's quality holdings haven't changed. Only the price has, right? This is the environment for selling cash secured puts below the lower band. You're committing to buy more SCHD at a price that's already below the recent range, with the dividend yield higher than usual at the entry point. The premium is nice. The assignment outcome, owning more SCHD at a better price, is genuinely desirable, at least for me. The upper band triggers covered calls at defensive strikes. The lower band triggers cash secured puts at attractive entry prices. The middle of the range is where really I don't do either and just hold the position. Let's talk about the ex-dividend calendar, okay? One more discipline that really applies specifically to SCHD and any other dividend payer that we focus on here on the channel. Before selling any covered call on a dividend position, please check where the ex-dividend date falls relative to your expiration. If the ex-dividend date falls within your expiration window, the call premium needs to be substantial enough to compensate for potentially missing on collecting that dividend. On SCHD, where the quarterly distribution is really meaningful relative to the premium available, missing the dividend because shares got called away wipes out the economic logic of the covered call entirely. The safe rule is this: either sell calls that expire before the ex-dividend date or sell calls with strikes far enough above current price that assignment before the ex-dividend date requires a move SCHD literally has almost never made, okay? SCHD is a dividend growth compounder. We know that. The way to generate extra income from it is not to cap its appreciation with covered calls whenever the premium looks attractive. It's to use the natural price range the fund already oscillates in, okay? Tracked efficiently by the Bollinger Bands. To sell calls only when the fund is extended and puts only when the stock or when the ETF has pulled back. This approach generates premium only in an environment where the premium really makes strategic sense for us. Upper band calls protect the position that naturally is at risk of retreating. Lower band put adds the position as a price that's genuinely Lower band puts add to a position that a price is genuinely attractive. The middle of the range, I kind of leave it alone. The result, you collect a premium when the setup is favorable. You're not really always sacrificing that quarterly dividend to a poorly timed call, and your core SHD position compounds through the dividend cycle for as long as you hold it. So here's how I'm personally treating SHD covered calls. I always check the Bollinger Bands before considering any call. If SHD is in the middle of its range or trending, I don't sell calls, right? There's nothing really to do. I just let it run. If SHD has pushed to the upper band, typically after a multi-week run up, I'll look at the call chain at the strike above the Bollinger Band, giving additional buffer for me. I check the ex-dividend calendar always. If the ex-dividend date falls before my expiration, I either push to an expiration after the dividend date, or I just literally skip the trade entirely, okay? At the lower band, I look at puts below the current price at strikes I generally want to own more shares at. And that's a better use of the setup than really any covered call would be in that kind of environment, okay? The premium from SCHD, in my opinion, it's secondary, right? The compounding dividend growth is primary. I run the options around the dividend, not instead of it. Got some questions for you guys in the comments. Always great combos down there. One, have you ever had SCHD shares called away before an ex-dividend date? And did you account for the missed dividend when you evaluated whether the covered call that you were doing was even worth your time? Number two, are you currently using any technical indicators to decide when to sell covered calls? on specifically dividend positions, or are you selling them whether the premium just seems reasonable? Let me know down below in the comments. If you want to take your education a step further, make sure to attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop. It'll be the first link in the description. At the end, you get my 15 favorite stocks, all under $30, that I love running the wheel strategy on, my 2 income calculators, as well as my full Ark Options trade log template that keeps yourself nice and organized. Click the first link in the description of today's video, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.